And he credited all of his ideas with being able to download from the mind of the universe. And when asked one time, what are the greatest things that you possess that have enabled you to do that? He said there's 3 things: a rocking chair, a rock, and a bucket. Edison learned that he could visit at will a state that he called the land of solutions. Isn't that beautiful? The land of solutions. A place of mind between waking and sleeping where he accessed answers, solutions, and perspectives beyond his or the culture's knowledge base, but he had access to them because he knew how to download from the land of solutions. Sitting in a rocking chair, holding a rock with a metal pail by his side, he would allow his thinking mind to become calm and relaxed. He would enter this particular imaginal realm that he called the land of solutions and then ask for the next step or the missing piece or whatever he needed to know. If he fell asleep, the rock would drop into the bucket and wake him so he could once again pick it up and go back to that place beyond wake and sleep that has now been identified as the state of unified oneness, the land of solutions. How many of you could use a trip to the land of solutions? Well, the geek in you knows God, everywhere, everything connected. And that you have it within you to meditate just like he did, to make that connection with this divine mind, and our computer technology is mirroring that back to us. That there is nowhere God is not. There is no question that does not have within it an answer, a response, a reply. But are we making ourselves available? Technology is asking you, do you have room? Do you need to clean out? Do you have something available? The next part that is perhaps, the first part again is to literally make the connection that I am connected. We're always connected. And number 2 to remember after we make the connection is that we're always downloading and we're always showing up as a replica. We're replicating attitudes, action, behaviors. Are they the ones that we choose them to be? We can go back and download whatever we'd like. The third piece is this concept of called defragmentation. Now, if you've had a computer very long, or ever had anybody work on your computer, you know that occasionally it's important to run what's called a defrag, right? Because what happens is after using your computer for a while, it begins to, it divides itself up. It is separated, it's scattered, it's containing a lot of fragmented pieces and parts. Now let's press the pause button. At the end of the day, do you ever go home and feel scattered and like you're fragmented and you need some kind of overhaul that even Calgon can't take you away and get there? Well, the computer world is reflecting back to us that we need to defrag. And when we know we need to do that, it's because we've become defensive. You see, when you need to defrag because you've got lots of separate stuff out there. We live in a world of separation and we live in a world of wholeness at the same time. And the concept of defragging is a concept for us we can remember anytime I'm feeling defensive, anytime I'm feeling doubt, anytime I'm down in the dumps, I need to bring myself back to that state of wholeness. A Course in Miracles says that one of the greatest lessons you can do is to spend a day saying, whatever you encounter, is to say, I could see peace instead of this. Well, I like to reframe it a bit and say, I could see peace in the midst of this. Because I believe when we live in this world that, and A Course in Miracles is not saying we do this, but I want to be really clear, when stuff comes up in our life, it's not for us to try to bury it or put our head in the ground. Amen? That's not what affirmation is. Affirmation is about staring boldly at what appears to be an illness, a need, a brokenness, a dysfunction, whatever it is real and it's there. And I can deal with this with fear and anger and resentment, or I can deal with this and see peace. When we can defrag, we can remove the parts of us that are scattered and separated, and no matter, in the midst of whatever is going on, we can remember, I can see peace in the midst of this. Say that with me. I can see peace in the midst of this. So would you hold your cell phone in your hands? If you don't have it with you, just put your hands together, because I'm sure you all have access to one. You can let that represent your computer. This to you, I want this to represent technology. And in some ways, technology for us is creating more separation. And yet the gift that we have through technology is to create more unification. I want you to remember every time you use technology to allow it to serve to be a reminder that God is everywhere, in everything, connected. And yet it is up to me to be the one that remembers that. It is that simple and that profound. God is everywhere, in everything, connected, and it is up to me to remember that. Our world of technology is reflecting back to us that we are this great web of life. We are connected. It's reminding us the power of the most simple things, that we must make our own connection daily. It's reminding us that every day we are downloading ideas, but many of them are not original. Many of them are corrupt, if you will. They have viruses. They're infected. And it's our job and our greatest opportunity to go straight to the source, just like Thomas Edison did and many, many others do, and download the truth of who you are so that you can carry that in the world. Perhaps the greatest gift that technology brings us is that it crosses time and space. I want to show you a clip, Jim, if you'll get this ready. And it's a Korean clip. And so I may have to read it. I'm not sure that you're going to be able to see it. But to me, it really opens us up to our greatest capacity to connect.
청년이 다음을 준비하고 있습니다.
It says there's an ordinary guy getting ready to get on stage. He's 22 years old and he's getting ready to sing.
좀 되게 어두운 데에 계속 살았거든요.
I've lived in very difficult circumstances.
지금도 여기 도전한 것도
And I feel very uncomfortable challenging this competition.
그런데 남들처럼 그 사람처럼 되고 싶어서
I just want to be like other normal people.
노래는 못하지만 그래도 부를 때만큼
And I don't sing that well, but when I sing, I feel like I become a different person.
안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 22살 최성봉이랍니다.
풍기는 외모로 봐서는 지금 무슨 일을 하고 계신지 가늠을 할 수가 없어요.
네, 그냥 막노동하고 있습니다. 네.
아, 새벽에
He just said he's a manual
여기
worker.
지원서를 보니까 최성봉 씨 가족상에 아무도 기재가 되어 있질 않아요.
제가 3살 때 고아원에 이렇게 맡겨졌는데요. 5살 때 고아원에서 구타를 맞아가지고 도망쳐 나왔어요.
그러고서는 그럼 어떻게 사셨습니까? 고아원에서 나오셨으면?
5살 때부터 그냥 껌 같은 거 팔면서 바카스나 이런 거 팔면서 그냥 뭐 그렇게 생활을 했고요. 10년 정도.
누군가와 같이 생활을 했나요?
아니요, 혼자.
혼자 5살 때부터.
네.
He lived on the street since he was 5 years old.
거의 한 10년 동안 그렇게 살았어요. 자는 곳은 그냥
He slept on stairs or in a public
이렇게
bathroom.
화장실, 공동 화장실이나 이런 데서 10년 동안 거기서 이렇게 뭐 하루살이처럼.
He said he lived like a day fly from
공부는
day to
하셨나요?
day.
학교는 다니셨나요?
아니요, 저 초등학교, 중학교 검정고시 봤고요. 학교는 고등학교를 학교를 한 곳에 처음 가봤어요.
대단하시네요. 대단하십니다. 네.
He went to
오늘
school for the
노래를
first time when he
보여주실
was
건가요?
15 years
네.
old.
평소에 노래를 즐겨 부르셨나요?
그냥 즐겨 부른다기보다는 하루살이처럼 계속 살았다가 처음으로 좋아했던 게 음악이어서 많이 부르진 못해도 되게 좋게 봐요. 좋아해요. 네.
노래 들어볼게요.
He heard someone singing one day and he liked the way it made him feel. So he started singing when he was 5 years old, living on the street.